Good morning and welcome to the MyTarot morning reflection, our daily inventory, chance to remember to take a breath, maybe start the day out a little bit slower, and all that other wonderful stuff. So welcome everybody. So hope everybody's having that glorious day so far. As I take that breath, listening to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean. Checking to see how the spring is looking out there. I think spring has sprung. We've been in the 70s, so this is a good thing. So, this is our chance to just kind of like remember in the morning, take a breath, and maybe find out where our feet are. Get our feet nice and comfortable. Maybe have our butts do the kitty dance. Ah, there we go. Then relax our shoulders and our neck. Oh. And just feel the breath come through. And hold on one second while I check something. I know this is the exciting part, but I need to confirm that. Here we go. I'm sorry, 10 seconds here. Oh, what is going on here? Yeah, that's right. Sorry, I just wanted to double check something. And that makes for exciting computerizing, I know that. But with that breath, let's check in with the universe, see what we might have going on. So, this is what I like to think of as where the universe holds up a mirror and asks us, what do we see? And we can use the tarot as that reflection. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make our 3 stacks. Each one a different thread going out to the universe. It's like each one's a different thought or idea. Good morning, Jenny. So, well, guess what I've done? I've already done the kitty dance. My butt's nice and happy. And I have our 3 stacks already just waiting for you. So, this is our 3, and it's like, Jenny, it's like these 3 stacks are different threads going out to the universe, each one a different thought or idea. And if we believe in a multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path, because if we select this stack, it'll take us down one path. This conversation is a different path from this one. Was in the wrong one. So I think that somehow or another I checked, and I think that I had the 16th set up twice. Boy, do I need to get my stuff together, don't I? So I wasn't sure about that. But hello, Angelina. I was telling Jenny that I've already done the kitty dance, and that I now have our 3 stacks. And that, taking that breath and relaxing, and apologizing for having more than one apparently for today. I am going to take the top stack, which I like to think of as things that are right in front of us and we don't even see it, because that makes sense for today. So I'm going to do our 3 in 1. And again, everything's a coincidence and everything's an omen. So for whatever reason, I'm not sure how I did. I don't know. But I am just glad to see everybody here. And taking that into consideration for the rest of the day. It's like the universe is dropping some hints, so that's a good thing. So let's go for the first card, which is always exciting. So we have the Hierophant. Look at this person. So the Hierophant. This is the Pope. And in the 1500s, the Pope really was all-powerful, wasn't he? So when we think of the Hierophant, we think about the rules and structures and traditions. Now, of course, I have a thing with religion, but I just understand that, growing up or in the 1500s, there were traditions that were handed down. We were taught things. They were the schools. They taught people how to read. There were guidelines and things that needed to be followed. It's kind of just like work, isn't it? Oh, Maureen, I'm so sorry. But when we get this card, it's more about the structure, norms, the rules that we learn, our traditions, things that we're pretty much locked into. Sometimes that's a good thing because sometimes we need to fall back on the structure and the solidity of our foundations. But it's going to be determined by the next card, which is about finding balance. So this morning, we are already starting with 2 majors. So as I always say, the minors are the day-to-day cards, the majors are the destiny cards. And Temperance is just that. It's about finding a balance. It's about not too much, not too little. And if we combine that with the Pope card so far, the Hierophant, think of it like this, is that structure and solid foundations and not going into other territories. But, sometimes it's just good to be able to say, you know what, this is the path that's already laid out and I don't even need to think. So, wait, secular Pope doesn't make sense. Well, a secular teacher, a secular guide, society, somebody who helps guide us. But let's see what the next card is to see where it all goes. To the Queen of Swords. So today, with the Queen of Swords, queens are our empathy, queens are our emotions, queens are our feelings. They are the nurturers. As I always throw out, court cards are not male or female. It's masculine energy, feminine energy. It could be you, could be me, could be somebody else. But in a meditation and looking at it like this, with the Queen, she is about the emotions and feelings, but she has a sword, and that sword is upright with the slightest of bent. It's like the slightest of bent. So justice, the cord is the sword is direct, straight, upright. Swords are the element of air. Swords are about seeing things clearly. Swords are about the facts. Swords are about taking in everything and then making decisions not on emotion, but through those facts. But we're combining the element of water of the Queen with the element of air, which is a sword, and that's where we get kind of like the rough sky she creates here, because this is our sword. I mean, I'm sorry. This is our sword. This is what we know, what we've been taught, what we're supposed to be doing. It's a clear vision, set of instructions and rules. But also we need to find a balance with that. And so with the Queen of Swords, I call this the tough love card. Because yes, I can be empathetic. Yes, I want to see things through my emotions, but I'm not dumb. And I see what's going on. My sword is cocked at a slight angle because I'm going to take my feelings and my empathy into consideration when I judge something. but I'm clear-sighted enough to know that I'm not going to let something take advantage of it. So today, it's about taking the foundations of what we have and finding a balance so that we can be in a situation, judge a situation, see a situation clearly, and then be able to make decisions. This is about making tough decisions. Yeah. So when we're making tough decisions, it's kind of like if we're, I'll use our kingdom, which is our house. A tough decision is, do I go on vacation or do I get the furnace fixed? Well, family's part of our tradition, and finding a balance between home and, our enjoyment, we need to fall back and say, I remember somebody else who had this position, and they told me their story, and I gained from their wisdom. And so maybe we don't take that trip. This is a spread of tough decisions about taking a look at our work, our home, the things that are the structures that help to support us and our families, and making the tough decisions. So it really is about finding that balance. But let's see what the advice card is. It is the 8 of Swords. So swords, again, are our thoughts, our ideas, and sometimes our anxiety. And look at this 8. In the numerology 1 to 10, we are so close to 10. But there's a lot of things going on in the world right now. There's a lot of stress. There's a lot of pressures. I'm going to be going to France soon. I got a vacation coming up in 2.5 months. So again, I'll use that example is that I could close my eyes to all the things around me and say, you know what, I'm just going to do it and take a chance. And that's fine. But I could also open my eyes and say, I'm going to do it. But I realize that these are the consequences, so I can actually prepare if there's financial difficulties. I can open my eyes. Sometimes we get so wrapped up in our head that we can't be the Queen of Swords. We have this blindfold on, and if we just shake our head a little bit, that blindfold's going to fall right off, and we'll see we're not really even tied very tightly, and that we could just walk right out. And that all those things in our head that's like causing us so much issues, it's that brick that's right here. And it looks like a giant wall until we step back and we see it's just one brick. So today, it's about taking a look at the spreadsheet. Today, it's about taking a look at our foundations. And by that I mean our home, our work, our jobs, and everything else. And then finding a balance. And then making a decision with our heart, but with our eyes wide open. I'm going to go on this vacation. We're going to spend more money than we should. I know that. But I'm going to do it with my eyes wide open so I can try and plan for it, which I have been. It's the same thing if you're at work. You're stressed, you've got all these things going on. It's about finding a balance. And then realizing my due date's I'm not going to be done by my due date. So I'll ignore it and maybe it'll just go away, or we keep our eyes open and we say, hey, I'm feeling stressed because the due date's coming and I'm not going to make it. So let's look at these difficult things with our eyes wide open, and let's make choices based on that so we can find a balance. So, well, good, Jenny. It's kind of, I know it's kind of applying to me too. It's kind of like it's a spiritually adulting spread. A spiritually adulting spread. So, and keeping our eyes open and all that wonderful stuff. So with that, I hope Maureen made it. I am so sorry for booking 2 time slots, I guess. I don't know how that happened. But Maureen, thank you very much. So everybody take care. Have that amazing, amazing day again. I hope it's as beautiful outside where you are as it is here. And with that, I will just say thank you and take care. Bye-bye, everybody.
Stars in the sky.